Hello guys, it's Lee. So I did a short on this tractor, and yes, it's got a sleeve hitch. Another new sleeve hitch. That's why I bought it, but I love these tractors too. But what this is doing, it'll start. So you put the clutch in, it starts. But when you let the foot off the clutch, it dies. Electrical, it dies. Or if you put the clutch in and you pull the PTO switch, it dies. Now the guy I bought it from he did a little research and he did pretty good, but he put a new seat switch in, a new clutch switch in, a new PTO switch in, and it's still doing the same thing. I'm gonna look at that seat switch. I mean, I've had seat switches go out quite a bit. I know he's got a new one, but I'm gonna make sure he put it in right and kind of test it out. But I'll show you what it does. All right, so let's see. It probably starts easy, I think. Oh, come on. So right here, what I'm doing is I got the engine started. And about right here, I'm pulling the PTO switch and the engine's getting ready to die. So I push it back in, then I do it again, probably in here somewhere, just so you could see it. So I'm pulling the PTO switch, dying. Then the next thing I do is the engine's running and I'm kind of waiting for it here. I kind of point down to the clutch over there, but well, maybe I just did it. But anyway, if you left your foot off the brake, it would die too. So there's a little trick I picked up over the years. You can disable your seat switch by removing these springs and putting it back on. It stays compressed all the time. That looks like a new one. So what I'm gonna do is just make sure it's compressed. Just gonna put these back on real quick. So I'm doing testing on the seat switch right here, but that was not the problem. But you can see what I'm doing. I might just swap it out. It's easy. Now you put that in there without that spacer and spring. That's compressed all the time. So we'll see what happens now that we know it's compressed. Choke. So right here I got on there the seat switch is functioning, but the engine's still dying. So that was not the problem. Alright, new switch. I'm just not going to hook it up. I'm just going to hook this in. Put my finger on it. See if that does. So it's not the seat switch. Next is clutch. He said he changed that too, but it's obviously working or it wouldn't be making that noise. So I want to go ahead and say, so the seat switch was not it. And I checked out the brake or clutch switch and it was functioning properly. And actually, when you took your foot off the brake, that's when it was dying. So that told me it was working. So I really didn't look at that very much because I knew it couldn't have been it. All right, guys, it's Lee back. It's the next day. I actually drove the mower off the trailer. And I will tell you what it is. So the guy before me, I hadn't done anything to it. Well, I've done one thing to it. The guy before me changed all the switches, seat switch, brake switch. He even changed the clutch and the ignition. I mean, he changed it all, and it never worked. So what it was doing, you saw it, it would start and run, but as soon as you took your foot off the brake, it'd kill it. What it was is, it was the relay. Right there it is. Now, luckily, I had one on my shelf. If I have something break on the mower, and I keep, a lot of times I'll keep it just for this reason. I'll strip it down and keep everything. I know the relay that I had was actually, I'm lucky, it was identical. So I just plugged it in and it worked. Now, I will tell you this. I got a buddy, his name's Curtis, and he is a mechanic. He's a mobile mechanic local. And it was stumping me, so I didn't figure it out. But it was the relay. And he came by, looked at it, he kind of scratched his head for a minute, and he said, the only thing it could be is the relay. And that's what it was. So thank you to Curtis. If you see this, I'll give all the credit to you on that. But it runs, does like it's supposed to now. Now notice it's got a sleeve hitch on it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I have quite the collection now, but I'm gonna leave it on there for a while. But let's see it running. So if you live in Middle Tennessee and you do need a mobile mechanic, reach out to me. Well, and I say Middle Tennessee, I'm talking about Hendersonville, White House, Portland, that area of Tennessee. Gallatin, I'm sure he can come out and take a look at things. And hey, sometimes I'm not a mechanic, so sometimes things will stump me, and he's one of my go-tos. So anyway, we'll see how this thing moves. So if you live in the Middle Tennessee area, and I'm talking about White House, Hendersonville, Gallatin, like the north side of Nashville, if you need a mobile mechanic, reach out to me and I will send you his information. But now let's go ahead and hop on this mower and see how it cuts and moves and drives. Hey, if you like these kind of videos, subscribe to my channel. So this is the relay that came off that machine. If you are interested, like I say, I was just lucky enough to have one on my shelf. This is the number on it. I'm trying to get it to focus. I don't know why it's not. That is the number on the relay. There's only one relay that I saw. That was it. Number right there. Seems like it mows good. Good machine. So anyway, hey, if you like these kind of videos, subscribe to my channel. Hey, look, I'm not a mechanic. I can usually figure things out. That's just something, relays, man, it's just something I hardly ever mess with. So I had to bring in some extra help for that, so it worked out. But anyway, I'm out.